All right. Wow, I haven't been live in forever. Hey, what's going on, you guys? Let me make sure you guys can hear this. And if this goes well, I will drop this on YouTube. This may be a bit long. I'm really calm. I got a lot of sleep, a lot of rest. It's wintertime. There's a lot of things that I've been doing here in my office. And as I'm waiting for people to join, which I don't know how long it takes, you guys can actually fast forward through this just in case I take about 40 minutes or so. So right now I'm drinking tea with cranberries. What did I do? Cranberries, also chamomile, cinnamon, and a couple other things, and some honey. So the first thing I wanted to do, let me take a look at my notes because we have the cold moon coming up. All right, so that's actually something that's really important. That's in about 2-3 days, okay? So let me just move some stuff around. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you are getting rest. I hope you are, feeling good and whatnot. So the last full moon of 2025, let me make sure I can see this because I did write my notes here. Let me put this on the side. I have a lot of notes because I've been planning to come and do live for maybe like a week now. I just didn't know how and when I was going to do it. So just give me 1 second here. Let me move this over. Okay. And now it's over here. All right. So the last full moon of 2025, the cold moon in Gemini on December 4th. Some calendars say it's December 4th. Some say the 5th. I usually celebrate the full moon for at least, 72 hours. I don't know about you guys. So there's a last full moon and then there's a last new moon. Now, from what I feel, this is just what I feel. The last full moon is releasing what you don't need anymore in your life. So if there are people that you need to let go of, please don't bring them into 2026. All right. Negative people holding you back, anything that doesn't serve you, go ahead and release that, banish it, take care of it before 2026. And then there's the last new moon of 2025. That's actually coming up as well. So let me see what date that is so we can get that correct, because it's really important that I just want to say it's really important that we go into 2026 prepared, refreshed with new energy, new intentions, new goals, whatever it is, whatever 2025 didn't do for you, take care of it before, start getting it together before 2026. That's all I'm saying. So if you're in a relationship and it's not working out, go ahead and knock that out right now. So that way you don't feel like you're stagnant and not moving. All right. So, also, I wanted to talk to you guys about this stagnant energy that we talked about in my channel. So in my channel, I saw a post about somebody saying that they had, stagnant energy and they were really trying to, get their bearings together as far as being creative, for their magic manifestation. They were just trying to, find something to do in a mode where they didn't feel so energetic. So I wrote down notes about what happened with me these past couple of days, a lot of sleeping, a lot of rest. But then also, after I got a lot of rest, I decided to, kind of tap back into, different things that I like to do here at home. So I'm just going to share with you guys what I did the other night. So actually the other night I woke up around like 1:30 a.m. in the morning and I pulled up some books to study. Okay. And especially with one of my deities, and then also more like a philosophy book. I do like to study. I do like doing things. I want to say I do like doing things alone sometimes, only because I have mastered being home alone and getting into my craft, whether it's studying or candle magic or, meditation or just really tuning in. Okay. So what I did was I decided to make a tea. So I'll give you guys that recipe. So that was cranberries, slices of oranges, lemons, apples, some cloves, thyme, and a cinnamon stick, and then added some honey in my cup and drank that. But the tea that I really like is peppermint tea. So with peppermint tea, I want to say it actually gives me a lot more energy. Okay, so it actually gives me a lot more energy. And I really like to do that with like apple cider and part water. And then you could add the cranberries, the oranges, and the apples. And it's a really good winter tea. So you might want to try that. The other tea that I like is chamomile tea. I actually was getting ready to go live on here earlier. And I made some chamomile tea. And honey, when I tell you I went right back to sleep, it just totally calmed me and I was in a vibe and, you know, everything like that. So anyway, so this is kind of going into where I start to kind of, I want to say no, not that. I want to say more like focus on my craft. Okay. And just finding stuff to do. I mean, this is between 1:30 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I made tea. I pulled out some books to study. I made biscuits. And then I started to read and I lit some incense on my altar and did like a small little meditation. Now there is a part of the book that I was studying and reading that I thought was really, really interesting. That's why it's good to take a little time to yourself and find a little magic here and there. But let me show you this. Hold on. I'll just put that over there. Okay, so this is Great Books of the Western World. Now, a lot of people wouldn't agree with a lot of this history, but I learned something that I had never known before. Maybe you guys know. So this is like 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay. So what I learned about, and this has like Plato, Aristotle, you know, all of the philosophers and everything. But in the very first chapter, this is like in the beginning of the book, in the very first chapter, I learned about the Gothic War. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. That's somewhere between like 535 and 545 AD. And it just, you know, what I like about it is just shows that way, way, way back when, the different beliefs and how Christianity and all of this war and stuff was happening. This is something about the reconquest of Africa, you know, and two different nations fighting over all of this. So you might want to look up that, the Gothic War. Okay. But there was something in here that I saw that was interesting to me. Now, let me see if I need to plug in this. Hold on. Okay. There was something really interesting in here, and my computer is going to die, but I mean, that's okay. I'll just let it die. I think I have the rest of the notes of what I'm going to tell you guys anyway. So I'll just read this really quick. It says, experience and Christianity had refuted the superstitious hope that Rome was founded by the gods to reign forever over the nations of the earth. Well, I mean, that makes sense because back then people didn't want to believe that the gods, you know, basically created the earth. They didn't. And that was, you know, back then, you know, that was like hardcore Christianity and, you know, different people were trying to, you know, let people know, like the Romans were trying to, you know, let people know that they had gods and goddesses and, you know, these people weren't having it. The Christians weren't having it. So I just thought this was very interesting. And I think even now, the interesting part about it is that a lot of people still to this day, they don't believe, you know, that there were gods and goddesses. And it all depends. And people still debate about these things today. So I just thought that was interesting. And then I went ahead and studied, you know, with my, you know, deity or about my deity, just to have a little more knowledge. So studying, reading, drinking tea, these are like simple things that we can do. Lighting incense, meditation. Meditation is not for everyone. Writing down notes, writing in your book of shadows, writing down your goals, getting sleep. Okay. So the next thing that I want to talk about is I wanted to hone in on money, and then I'm going to probably do a tarot pull. So we're in the times now where people need money. It's holiday season. It's the end of the year. People need their finances. They need their success. Some people feel like maybe things are going well for you, but still, we can always use a little more. And I thought about the fact that everybody doesn't do candle magic. And everybody doesn't have tools and this and that and the other. And I figured I would show you guys a way where you could, bring prosperity to yourself. Hey girl, what's going on? So what I was thinking about was making a mojo bag right here. And let me get this rainwater really quick, because I got this rainwater mix. Because like I said, everybody doesn't do candle magic, but I just figured this would be good for somebody to do if they don't like to do candle magic. So what I'm going to do is actually light my incense. All right. And then if you missed the first part, this will be on YouTube, because I'm going to actually, and I never go live, but I'm going to actually edit this, save it, and throw it up on YouTube. And then also it's still going to be saved on here as well on my Instagram. So let me just try to get that going. Okay. So yeah, I thought about this mojo bag because I was like, you know what, this is something easy that people could do. And I have certain symbols and things that I'm going to put into this mojo bag. So this is just basically like a cloth bag. And it's kind of dusty, but you just pull what you have at home, basically. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to cleanse this. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention before I forget, really quick, I was talking to this older gentleman the other week, and I said, man, I got to get home because I got to wash my dishes, and he was like, wash your dishes. He said he told every woman in his family to never go to sleep with dirty dishes in their sink. And as a spiritual person, I know this too, but sometimes we get tired, right? It could be a couple little dishes, whatever. He said, I told all the women in my family never go to sleep with dirty dishes in their sink, especially the silver dishes, because it's connected to your money. It's connected to your success and your finances. And when I tell you this house has been clean, I am not going to sleep with not with one dish, and I have this favorite like silver teapot, where I make my teas and stuff. So I'm just going to cleanse this really quick. Okay, so there's like smoke in there. I'm going to close that up because I want to hold that smoke. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to put in here. I guess I'll start with Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye is really good for just repelling negativity. But I don't just want to throw it in there. That's the thing. I want to cleanse it. Everything that I put in this bag, I'm going to actually cleanse. I'm just going to put just a little bit of Florida water and just kind of roll it in my hand. Okay, so it can have my energy. Hey, who's here? Hey, Phoenix girl, I see you. Hello. How you doing? Hey, Nisi Poo, how you doing? I'm good. There's like 20 minutes of me talking prior to me doing this. But anyway, and then when you do stuff like this, do like some kind of incantation, give it your energy before you just like throw it in the bag. So I'm going to put that in there, and I think it's still smoking. Yeah, it's still smoking. Okay. So I'm going to drop that in there. So that's Tiger's Eye. Now, whatever crystal you have, you can use that. Okay. The other thing that I have, I have some pumpkin seeds left over from Samhain, I want to say, because these were my pumpkins, and I was doing like pumpkin spells and all of that stuff. I know pumpkin seeds are for good luck as well, so I'm just going to take a few of these, and I'm going to drop those in my mojo bag as well. So let me put these in here. Okay. And like I said, this is like some kind of bag that I had for like some kind of crystal or something that I had. I just pulled it. Now, if you don't have this, You can use cloth. You guys have seen me make bags before. You could use cloth and string, because what you're going to end up doing is keeping this on you for good luck. Okay, especially through the holidays. People, they need money. What else? I have like a piece of dried sage. That's just to clear out any negative energy, or whatever. So I'm just going to drop that in there. What else do I have? Okay, and then I have some actual change. So I got some coins. Now, I'm a little different. I don't want to just drop the coins. I have some money spray. You could use perfume, whatever. I'm not just going to drop the coins in the bag like that, because money can be dirty. I don't want dirty money for my luck, okay? So I'm going to actually just take these and drop them in here as well, okay? Now, what else do I have? Now, I do have $1, but there's something I'm going to end up doing with this $1 before I end up putting it in the bag. Bay leaves. I have bay leaves. So let me write some symbols, and hopefully they fit in there, but they don't fit. Let me tell you, I'm going to write some symbols on these bay leaves. So I got like Fehu. I could do that. Let's see if I get that right. Sometimes I do it right. Got to get these symbols down because, sometimes, but yeah, so I got that. I'm going to actually drop that in the bag. Okay, and I want to do another one. I'll just put some money symbols on this one. Let's see. I guess I'll do some money symbols. Now, I haven't gone live like this probably in like over a year. When I had my older office, I would come on live and do stuff like this all the time. But recently, I've been pretty busy. I just have a really busy life. So I got my money symbols. I'll throw that in there too for good luck. All right. So let me put that in there. So they're in there. I'm going to have to kind of fix them so they could fit, but they're in there. So what else do I want to do? Okay, let's see. Now I have, sorry, I'm kind of choking. Let me drink my tea. Hold on. Hold on. Ooh. I want to say something. It takes a lot of guts for someone to come on live and share their magic with people. I have to tell you, it takes a lot of guts, even for me sometimes, to just come out and blatantly say what Spirit is telling me to tell people. And I haven't stopped over the years. I have been online for like 5 years, and I've had plenty of attacks, plenty of rah-rah, this and that. I don't let people stop me doing anything, even if I make a mistake. And I'm really proud of myself for that. And I got to give myself a kudos because I help so many people around the world by just sharing who I am. And people used to try to stop me from being who I was online. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. And I'm a Taurus. You tell me not to do something, I'm going to do it and even do it better. And I see you guys are writing, but I'll get back to that. I have a short story about somebody coming for me in one of my older classes on Udemy and told me that candle magic wasn't real magic and it wasn't real witchcraft and it was, using plastics. Well, let me tell you something. After that, I made it my job to make sure every single candle spell hit on point 100, 1,000%. Just because they said that. And I never stopped believing in my magic. So I just wanted to say that. That's just a little sister girl talk. Okay. What's the tea, queen? Love it. The bags make some money for my pillowcases. Yep. Yes, it does. Hey, Hearth and Heels. Yay. Woo. How you doing? How's it going? Okay, let me finish because I got all off topic and I got to cut this and drop it on YouTube for people who missed the beginning because I'm just, me. I used to be a podcaster. I can talk a lot. So let me hurry up. All right. So I got all of that, you guys. I'm going to put a little pink Himalayan sea salt, just a little bit. I think that's good. You know why? For self-love, for self-love. So proud of myself, all this little stuff I do. I really have mastered being alone and crafting. Leave me here for a few hours, I'm coming up with all types of stuff. Very creative. I think that comes from trauma, sadness, loneliness, and alchemizing all of that into magic and the stuff that I love to do. Okay, so yeah, I took stagnant energy to a whole nother level in here, okay, over the years. I'm gonna spray a little bit of this in here, just a little more. Now you guys can make your own, like come up with your own, you know, your own little mojo bag, good luck bag. I have cinnamon sticks. I'm gonna have to find the smallest one. So I got a cinnamon stick. Now wait a minute, before I put that in there, I might have to, I'm just gonna put write money on it, just money, okay? Because that's what I need, money. Yes, you can write on cinnamon sticks. I do it all the time. Okay, I do it all the time. Now, the thing about this is not just like a hobby. You got to believe in this. Don't just do it just to do it. You got to believe in it, okay? And believe that it's going to actually bring you luck. So I got the cinnamon stick in there. What other things do you guys think I should put in there? Now, I got cinnamon. Oh, I got to tell you. Now, I told you guys about this on one of my old videos. Dill weed. Put the dill weed in everything. I told you it smells like money. Ever since I discovered, and you know what? I had this in my cabinet for a while. It was a different jar, older jar. And I said, what is this? I said, dill weed. What? And I started using it in my, in my money spells. It actually works, but you got to believe. Okay. So I'm sprinkle a little bit of that in there. All right. A little bit. And I'm a pretty basic, well, I don't know if I'm basic. I can't say that because I can get pretty eccentric, but I'm pretty basic when it comes to stuff because this is how I started. When I started teaching on Udemy, I didn't know anything. I was putting together all types of stuff just to see what would work and what wouldn't work. And this is how I started. Okay. So I don't have like all of the woo-wah stuff and, you know, really like heavy witchy stuff. I use the basics and make it happen. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit, just a little, this is cinnamon powder. I just need a little more because, okay, that's pretty good. All right. And my last thing is I'm going to put a little talisman in here. Now, even in witchcraft and spirituality, you can use crucifixes without it being religious. You can use, what do I have over there? I have a Saint Benedict medal. You can use keys. You can use something personal. You can use a ring. You can use a crystal. But this here, now I just put some of my road opener oil on this and I'm rubbing it. I'm going to actually drop that in there because I got this at a really cool thrift store up in the mountains in the forest. And I just believe it's going to, you know, protect me from whatever. All right. So I'm going to drop that in there. And I think I'm done, but maybe not quite. So I got this dollar bill. What would you guys, so if you were doing this, hey girl, hi. If you guys were doing this, what would you write on your dollar bill? Actually, you know what I'll do? I'm going to put this oil on this dollar. I've done this a few times in other things. And I'm going to just put this across the dollar like this. And I'm going to sprinkle some of these herbs on this dollar. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have the herbs sticking to the oil that's on the dollar. Okay. And I'm not going to be on here long, you guys. I'm actually getting ready to get off. So wherever I messed up is going to be recorded right on my page because I'm not cutting it. All right. So I'm going to just sprinkle this nutmeg. I'm going to do that. Okay. And then I have some meditation and stuff to do tonight at my altar. So I can't stay long. Oh, I forgot rosemary for protection. Hold up. Yes. Put some of that in there. I need that. I love rosemary. Do you guys use rosemary? And you know, this screen is slow. Just to let you know, there's a lag. So whatever you're typing, I'm not ignoring you. It's coming in like slow, like this. It could be my Wi-Fi. Good morning from India. Hey, Kritika. Hey, my old student. How you doing? Bless, not stress is what I would write. Okay. Oh, bless, not stress. Oh, okay. Okay. Give me a minute. Hold on. Give me a minute. Let me put my stuff on there. I'll write it on the other side. Hold on. Yeah, blessed, not stressed. Okay. All right, sister, you ain't knocking nobody out lately, are you? I know how you are. I said, ooh, goodness. She gonna knock somebody out. Y'all better, shoot, leave these people alone. People are on edge out here. We don't need to be bothering people. I'm saying, I mind my business. I don't bother people. I don't know. People be they try to get up under your skin so much, don't they? I'll be like, okay. You know, I just get into my craft. And that's the thing about me. If somebody pisses me off online, I'll do like the craziest spell. I just knock them out. Okay. I just take a black candle, put your name on it and call it a day. Bye. Okay. Back to happiness. You know, I'm really like that because I don't let people break me. When I first started though, a lot of people tried to break me and I kept coming back stronger and stronger and stronger. And they just like, dang, it's because I believed in myself. And I don't care. Nobody's paying my rent, paying my bills, or taking care of me. So anyway, so I put the rolled up in her oil in a cross, and then I put like the good luck powder on that. Now you said blessed, not stressed. Okay, so blessed, not stressed. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. So I put it on there. Blessed, not stressed. Now, what I want to do, actually, I want to kind of fold this towards me to bring in. And you know why this is a good time to do it, too? Because the moon is waxing and building and the full moon is coming up. I love that about you. My Taurus energy. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't be playing, girl. I'm like, sure. I got something better to do than be worried about these people. These people been trying to stop me. Look, these people have been trying to stop me since 2000. When did I even, I don't even know. What is this, 2025? 2000 something. All right. And I'm still here. Matter of fact, I even got better. Okay. So the thing about people hating and talking, you learn how to be better from that. Somebody talking mess, you learn how to be better from it. A lot of people talked about my magic. They talked about my light. They don't even know how dark I am. I'm like, okay, well, you know, people go through stuff to get to the light. That's what Hikache taught me. Okay, you go through all of this stuff. I mean, I've been, you know, it's funny because one of my exes once called me damaged goods. You know how much I have grown from that? Let me tell you, he didn't even know. That was just the beginning of who I was becoming and blossoming like a butterfly. Okay. And I was like, oh, okay, we gonna see about some damaged goods. Okay. You know, and he damaged me more. So from that and the shadow work, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about. You know, even like curses and hexes and unaliving spells and destiny swapping, all of that stuff made me better. You know why? Because I had to learn dark magic. I had to learn the occult. I had to learn angelic magic. I had to learn light work. I learned it all. And then I started to be balanced right down the middle. If somebody does something to me, I got something that'll knock that out in 2 seconds. And then I also know how to transmute that into creativity. That's why, you know, my videos are so, you know, I do all of this stuff because I'm in here creating, knocking down those obstacles and those walls that's trying to stop me. I don't play about it. And then having the protection of darker entities and light entities at the same time. That's new for me. I actually wasn't used to that until people started sending negativity my way. And I was like, okay, I see what's going on here. And then my ancestors. So you be proud of who you are and love yourself and understand spiritually what's going on with you. You will never have to worry about any of that. All right. Yes, I've seen your older videos and it's amazing. You're amazing. Oh, yeah. Thank you, sis. All right. So look, so we got this. Well, I got a bay leaf that's sticking out. It's kind of heavy. You guys can make yours a little smaller. It doesn't have to be as big as mine. I mean, you know, But my bags, I put my bags in my bra, in my purse. You can even put a bay leaf. Let me see now. Which side is giving and receiving? And I wear my bracelets on the left. So I'm always giving. Put a bay leaf in your right shoe for, protection and good luck. You could do that too. But what I'll do here is just cleanse this now. So now we got it. Okay. So now, and this is real. I'm really taking this with me everywhere I go. I'm going to cleanse it. And then later on, and if you guys want to know how to do this, I'm going to, and I think you've seen this in my videos where I put like 3 tea light candles, I sprinkle, like my cleansing water, cleanse it by, way of candle, way of air, water, smoke, and then just kind of, leave it there overnight so it can, be blessed. And then by the morning, I'm ready to go. All right. So let me do one card and then I'm going to fly off of here. I don't think I'm going to TikTok today. TikTok is a little wild, I have to say. Now that's some energy I don't want. Okay. Talk about protecting your peace. And when I say I love TikTok, I love the Coven page. The Coven page has gotten to a little over 11,800 followers. Okay. So I'm almost to 12K. But the energy on the live streams are so draining. And a lot of my friends are just like, what was that? So you got to get in a rhythm and be in the mood. Instagram is really my home. But I like to make people laugh on the Coven page. And then I also like to help them tap into, their shadow work and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, TikTok. Yeah. It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. It took me a while to really get in the groove of it. And I almost gave up twice. And everybody's like, oh, snap. She's getting ready to shut down, the Coven page. And I just kept going. So let's pull one card before I get off of here. And then I'll save this to my page. And you guys just fast forward or rewind or whatever to kind of just, help you, kind of see whatever you missed, because I did a lot of talking. And I don't know how long I've been on here, but let's just, let me just do one card. Now, I haven't used these particular cards in a long time. I usually use my, it's like empathetic empath cards. And let's see. Oh, you guys want to know what I just pulled? This is great. The Empress card. This is really good. This is the divine feminine right here. Look at that. Somebody in this room has really been working. Well, I know I have, honey, but somebody in this room has really been working on their divine feminine energy and just really loving themselves and growing and blossoming. And you know what? You know what's so funny? Earlier, I saw another reader that said after the magician, the woman becomes an empress. And I was like, oh, this is a great card. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad we got this. All right. But the Empress, I like the Empress because not only can the Empress be a motherly figure, but definitely somebody that has honed in on being proud of who they are, and still having the balance of that masculine and that feminine energy. So, for us, when we become a woman, okay, we can do anything. A lot of us, we can do a lot more sometimes than men. We have different types of energies and we make children, we give birth to the world, it's a whole thing. But I'm cleansing this card because I actually want to put it on my altar since I already have, a rose over there. But I think this is awesome. And whatever this represents or means to you, I want to say it means that you are there. Okay. You are exactly where you need to be. You don't need to change for anyone. And, just keep shining, keep being beautiful. I know my sister, she, dances and stuff like that. Keep doing stuff like that to keep your energy up so people don't try to like break you down and stuff like that because you're already there. So this is good. I like that. That kind of gives me a little Lilith vibe too, for some reason, doesn't it? It gives me a little bit of a Lilith vibe. Okay. And I do feel like we all have Lilith within us. I know I do. She comes out from time to time. But yeah, I do feel like that. All right. Well, so that's good. So now I got, I got herbs. Well, these herbs I don't have to throw away. I can actually get them and, sprinkle them on my altar or, sprinkle them on a candle or something. No wasting herbs in my house. Okay. Not in here. So yeah, that's it. Yes, definitely. Dark, divine, feminine. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to go now and go ahead and clean up, do my meditation. I did bring out my I did bring out my Book of Shadows, which, I'm just going to show you guys these blank pages because I actually have some Yule pages in here. But it's time for me to kind of re-cleanse my Book of Shadows and do another Yule page. And that's what I'm going to be doing in here in the dark by candlelight and getting into a zone. Okay. Well, it's nice to see you guys. Okay. Now let me get off so I can see how this recorded, and I'm going to drop it on my Instagram right now. Thank you so much. Blessed be everyone. Bye.